Nobody does fall better than Whole Foods Market. The Spice Up Autumn event is happening now. Save on animal welfare certified beef top sirloin steak, perfect with gravy for a comforting meal. Find savings on organic Honeycrisp apples and organic pears. Then, visit the bakery department for their limited-time pumpkin butter chai cake. And while you can, level up your fridge with fall wine, beers, and ciders. Spice Up Autumn at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Today on City Cast Chicago. While Mayor Brandon Johnson just released his budget for the city, we setting our own budgets for enjoying life in the city. This spring, the team set out to see who could have the most fun in a day for just $50. Lead producer Simone Alicea, marketing coordinator Jermaine Thomas, and former City Cast-er Carrie Shepherd and I each took a different part of the city, and we find out who won. It's Thursday, October 12th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago's talking about. I'm going to pass it over to Simone, who created a little point system for us to fairly crown a winner because, of course, she did.
So here's how we're going to do this. Basically, we're each going to go and describe our days, describe our itineraries. Throughout, I am going to keep track of how much each person has spent on their activities, on food, and on transportation. After each of us has sort of gone through and described our itineraries, then we're going to rank each other's days from most to quote unquote least fun. The greatest number of points you can receive is 10 points. So that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming to have the most fun and get that bonus point for coming in under $50. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
1 is good, 3 is bad, right?
Yes.
1 is fun, most fun. Okay, got it. Okay.
1 is fun, 3 is sad. So I 10 is finals. Got it. Cool. I was listening. I was paying attention. There we go.
It will make sense. It will make sense by the time we get there. So, Carrie, I want to start with you. Okay. You were assigned the West Side. You had 24 hours to have fun under $50 west of Western. Tell us what you did.
Quick clarification. I actually did west of Ashland because I found some free events in the Wicker Park area. Don't, Jacoby. I see you. I see
10 extra blocks, though. Not you just added like Ashland or Western. You know, that's my whole challenge. That's a little bit of space. That's whole communities.
I went west of Western, too. Okay. So there are a lot of these in across Chicago, and I find them to be, on like a nice day, easy way to spend no money. These kind of free pop-ups where you can walk through different local artisans and makers and see what they're making. There was a pop-up, Chicago Vintage. So I did a little shopping in there, and I did buy something. So I spent $16.54 on a skirt.
Was it cute?
This is your first purchase?
Yeah.
Out the gate, you said 16 bucks. Like, that's a huge amount of change. Yeah, that's an interesting first purchase. But it's a classic Carrie choice. She hungry, very thirsty, but got
Carrie.
A fire skirt. That's a
What does the skirt look like? I want to know, what does it look like? What is it?
I need to know the colors.
I'll put a picture. It's like a Kelly green and white stripe. Very cool vintage.
Cute.
And look, I'm going to Miami at the end of the month. I was like, well, it's perfect for Miami. It's got a Miami vibe. So, yes, I did that. Okay.
Early prep.
So then it was a beautiful day. It was Easter weekend. So it was, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was gorgeous. So it was like, on days like that, I just walk and walk and walk. And I love days like that, especially on a Sunday, because you're like, okay, I'm going to grab a tea. I'm going to grab a coffee. Okay, now I'm going to grab something to eat. I'm going to grab a cocktail. Okay, so walking west on Milwaukee, I did stop and get an iced tea because it was warm. Stopped and got a cold iced tea, and that was very overpriced, but I was desperate because the Aldi was, I would have gotten it at the Aldi, but the Aldi was closed. Okay, so my iced tea at Absento Coffee was $6.53.
I'm sorry, you said $6?
You really were not thinking about this limit, were you?
Skirt and a drink, and we damn near halfway through the budget.
Listen, because
I don't know, Carrie. You have the highest score, and that's like not the goal for this right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So far for a skirt and an iced tea, we've got $23.07.
Okay. So then I hopped on the 606, which is a beautiful way to enjoy, a beautiful free way to enjoy the day. Walked west on the 606 to California, headed over to Lonesome Rose.
Ooh,
the rooftop
yes.
wasn't there. It wasn't open, but that's okay. And I discovered, which I think is a rarity, a Sunday through Thursday happy hour. Usually I feel like it's a Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Sunday through Thursday, $6 frozen margaritas, $6 chip.
Now we're talking.
That's what I'm talking
You brought it
about
back.
right here.
You brought it back.
Yes.
Chip and dip deal. And then I was like, that's perfect. So then for that, I spent, I also got a soft serve swirl. You know, it happens.
Always.
Okay, so that was just mine was $17.70.
Okay.
That was a tip. And everything. I'm a strong tipper. My tip game is good. Then back on California, home to change real quick. Tennis at Humboldt Park. That is a perfect day. So much movement, so much out in the sun, so much activity, and a lot of those walking on the 606 and Humboldt Park tennis free. Okay.
Question.
That's my day.
Did you walk everywhere or did you have to you drive anywhere? So you walked everywhere.
No.
So you didn't pay for any transportation either.
Nope. Walked everywhere.
Wow. Okay.
That's good.
The total for your day was $40.77. So almost $10 under budget. So that's all right for a skirt, an iced tea, happy hour, and tennis. And getting to, in addition to what you acquired, the window shopping element, I think can be included in the fun that was had.
That was good vibes that day.
Nice. Jermaine, we're going to kick it to you to hear about your day. You kind of centered around the Loop, also a little bit of South Loop, a little near North Side, just kind of city center area. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm going to be super clear. I really stuck to like the South Loop. Like Grant Park was the most north I went, honestly.
Okay.
So that was like super fun. And in the vein of budgeting, the first thing that came to me is like using your resources. So as a student at DePaul, I get the U-Pass, which is free transportation on the CTA.
Okay.
Smart.
Come on, we couponing in here. I'm getting them deals.
Yes, and then also free entry to the Art Institute. So that is how I started my morning.
DePaul teacher, free entry. I'm with that.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You got to like use what you got.
We're not going to count your tuition as part of the cost here. We won't factor that in.
Right. Quote unquote
Facts.
Free U-Pass,
So you started your day with Art Institute.
Yeah, so much fun. So that was round one. And then we had to come back home and feed the cat. So it was a little break in between.
Mm-hmm,
then I went to grab a bite to eat at a spot called Mimi's Tacos and French Fries.
Okay. What'd you get?
Yeah, so that's over on South Jefferson. I got 2 shredded beef birria tacos.
2. Okay. Yum. Anything to drink?
Yeah, total $11.58. No drink.
Great. So we got some art. We got some lunch. Then what happened?
Yeah, so then I went to the Chicago Fire Field Club soccer game in my Ted Lasso era. Super fun. That was $19.36.
Ooh.
But to see a professional sports team, like that is a really good price. I did not realize that their tickets were that affordable or that inexpensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I also waited until the day before the game. So I bought the tickets on Friday because, like the tickets, like they go down. And then on the day of the game, they normally go back up. So like that Friday before, they were the lowest that I had seen the whole time. $19.36, including tax.
Okay.
And then I was trying to like fill out the night. So the game started at 7:30. So like we like left around like 9:30, 10 or so. It was all complete. So I didn't know like what else to do. I still had a couple dollars left. So we went up to the game room, and I got a drink for $10 with tip and tax, which is $13.68. And I was also able to play pool and a little bit of I actually don't even know what that game is called. It's like shuffleboard, but it's like on the table. Bar shuffleboard. That sounds about right. Yeah, so we did that. $13.68. And then to end the night, we stopped at I think it's the Amarino gelato spot. And I got one single gelato macaroon for $3.60.
Oh, just a macaron. Like,
Oh my God. Did you make 50 to the dot? Like, seriously.
I am calculating some sums right now to see what we got here. I'm in a spreadsheet. Jermaine, C10 to C13. I am coming out 63.84 for your total.
Stop. No way. What?
You went over budget.
Did I go over? Oh,
You should
no.
not have had that cocktail.
Day, the macaroons, the
Oh,
dragon
no.
Art, sports.
Wow, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, hold on. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. Hold on. User error.
Oh, we were going to have to leave this in.
User error.
Flag on the play.
User error.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. It was 48.22.
Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Woo. I am so sorry.
I was thinking,
God.
there's no way.
I am so
I worked
sorry.
so hard to say under 50. I couldn't believe it.
Ooh.
Wonderful. So you really coming in right under the wire, but you got a lot in there. You got art, you got sports, you got treats, and some games and drinks. So wow, really well done, Jermaine, in terms of fun to dollar ratio there.
Nobody does fall better than Whole Foods Market. The Spice Up Autumn event is happening now. Save on animal welfare certified beef top sirloin steak, perfect with gravy for a comforting meal. Find savings on organic Honeycrisp apples and organic pears. Then visit the bakery department for their limited time pumpkin butter chai cake. And while you can, level up your fridge with fall wine, beers, and ciders. Spice Up Autumn at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Jacoby, you got the South Side. What did you do on your $50 day?
Hey, meticulousness be your friend. Plotted, planned, executed. Everything was mapped out. And so we started the day early with a bike ride, getting out there on that Saturday, long Lakeshore Drive. Came around museum, got to see the Museum of Science and Industry, dropped the bikes off, started Bonasante.
Divvy bikes or your
No,
bikes?
my own bike. I ain't
Your
paying
own
for them
bike,
divvies.
okay.
Them things, them prices went up, right?
Okay.
So high.
Bonasante opens up 10 a.m. So I'm in there smoothie. Luckily, I'm in there all the time. So I get coupons, $10 off my smoothie.
What?
My smoothie cost me $3.
Wow.
Packed with fruits.
Carrie, take notes.
You can't even make a $3.
Packed with
Carrie,
juice.
take notes.
Come on.
I'm a coupon queen. Do you guys want me to go through CVS? I'm a coupon queen. Okay?
I'm on a tight schedule though here, right? So I got to get in, get my Bonasante before everybody else, and I got to get out because I'm on the Metra electric line, 10:20 a.m., 53rd Street. I'm riding down to 111th and Pullman, right? And so, I'm getting me in some free Pullman National Monument, walking around.
How much did that Metro ticket cost, though?
Oh, that Metro ticket cost me $2 because the reduced fare is still in. So right now I'm at $5. Let's keep track. After a little circle around Pullman National Monument, cutting through Palmer Park from Pullman to Roseland, and we're stopping at Old Fashioned Donuts around like 11:15. $1.35 for a glazed donut. And then secret menu people don't really know about. I don't know if it's secret, it's there. They got cheeseburgers.
At Old Fashioned Donut?
$3.75. Most people don't know this, apparently.
Shock.
$3.75. You getting your lettuce, your tomato, you getting your condiments, right? So
Is
at the
the
end of
bun
all of
a
that,
donut?
and I wish, but no. $5.41.
At Old Fashioned Donuts was your total?
Mm-hmm. And now we got to take the bus. 225 up Michigan because we're headed to the red line on 95th, right? You add in that $2.50 on the red line. Getting off on 35th Street, the Sox are playing the Baltimore Orioles. Game is at 1:10. Got that ticket early. $10.75 on SeatGeek in the worst seats, up in the levels, nosebleeds. But we still seeing them play. We left early though. We leaving up out of there early. So it is what it is. At this point,
any concessions?
No, ain't spend no money. We just watching belly still full off of a donut about an hour and a half early, and it lasted us. We got the best of the Baltimore Orioles, leave up out of there. And at this point, want to save some money, so now we walking. 35th isn't too far from my house, and so I just go straight up 35th to Lakeshore Drive or to Lakeshore, to DuSable Lakeshore, and I'm just walking the lakefront path back. It takes probably, I think, 50 minutes or so. So by the time I get home, I eat at home, clean up, shower a little bit, because I still got plans. I still got more things to do. Luckily in my neighborhood, we got
you got plenty of money to spend.
Plenty of money. And because I've saved. Got plenty of bookstores in my neighborhood. We got Powell's book on 57th Street. So I do me a little browsing through Powell's books. I don't buy anything though.
All right.
I know I got other things to do. Stopped by Hyde Park Records. I was going to go through the 99-cent pile and just add some things on, but I didn't know how the end of the night was going to go. And I still need to be active because I'm headed to the rink at 9:30 for the adult skate. Yeah, go from 9:30 to 1:30. And I got my own skate, so I don't need rental. So the ticket is $10 flat.
Okay.
$10 adult skate. We listening to the best of James Brown, some R&B, a little backwards skate, a little neo. And then I go to Cookies in Auburn Gresham. And so I've stayed on the south side. I've gone from the rink closer towards East Chatham, Avalon Park.
How'd you get to Cookies?
Oh, we drove. It's free parking at the rink and free parking outside of Cookies at this time of night because you ain't got to pay after 10.
So we got free parking, but we can calculate some gas here at the end here. I factored gas into mine when I went out.
That is, well, it wasn't my vehicle, so I didn't have to pay for no gas.
Exactly.
So, you know, what Jermaine say, lean on your resources. Lean, it ain't my car.
Okay.
That big tank they drive, it ain't mine.
If we're accepting the U-Pass, I guess we'll accept a friend giving you a ride.
And I spend $12 at Cookies on a beer and a shot.
Okay.
Cookies the bar. You went to Cookies the bar.
Cookies Lounge, and then I headed home, and that was my day. It was very active, not filled with a ton of excess spending, and then I also got to use multiple public transit opportunities. So,
yeah, you did. That was awesome. You made use of of how to get around this city big time.
Yep. Come on.
Okay.
And you got multiple food items. You got sports in there. You got skating, and you got a drink. You got some nightlife in there. So really, really, really strong. And you spent $47.91. So you came in under budget as well.
Doing karate moves, y'all. Doing bootleg karate moves. Yeah, chop in the air. Come on.
So I was assigned the north side, but a little caveat to my day out, I wasn't feeling well and couldn't complete my entire day. So I got about half of it done. So I will tell you what I did, and I will tell you what I had planned and kind of how it worked out. So I started my day by going to the Lincoln Park Conservatory, and I drove, actually, and I did the math. It was actually going to be cheaper for the mileage that I get in my car and the average price of gas and free parking on Sundays. It was going to be cheaper for me to drive to Lincoln Park than it was to take the red line there and back because I knew it was going to take more than 2 hours. I sat outside and I brought my sketchbook because I'm taking a drawing class, and I charcoaled a little bit of the outside, and everyone was like out in their pastels and the kids were out. It was beautiful. I wasn't yet hungry, so I decided to walk over to the Lincoln Park Zoo as well, which is also free. So the conservatory is free to enter. The zoo is free to enter. And like all the kids are out and it's just like, oh, look at the giraffes. Oh, look at the penguins. And everyone's talking about the monkeys and what the monkeys, it's really fun. So I walked around the Lincoln Park Zoo, walked up an appetite. And then I walked to, for lunch, I went to Garib Nawaz in Lincoln Park. They have a Lincoln Park location.
Okay.
Garib Nawaz, a Indian Pakistani restaurant, well known for giving you a lot of food on the cheap. And I got some, because I wasn't feeling amazing, I got some spicy potato stew and some chapati bread, which was, I have the receipt right in front of me. That was $7.64 total for lunch.
That place you can dine out for cheap. Yeah.
That's a good
Big
deal.
time.
And I could have gotten if I were hungrier, I could have gotten a lot more food for that same price.
Totally.
I just happened to not be that hungry. Also, it's really good. That was my first time actually at Garib Nawaz, and I know they've got like a cult following on Twitter, especially, and really, really good. Really lives up to the hype, I feel like. So that was a pleasant surprise. After that, I drove up to Clark Street in Andersonville to go thrifting. I had the same thought as you, Carrie, wanted to get a little bit of retail therapy in. Unfortunately, the Brown Elephant was closed for Easter Sunday, but Belmont Army Vintage is now on Clark Street. So I went to Belmont Army Vintage to take a look around. Ended up not getting anything. Tried on several things that did not fit, which that's the way it goes with vintage sometimes. And that's when I started to call it quits and decided to head home and recover. By the way, what I had spent total for the day, including gas, was under $10. It was at $9.87 for lunch and for gas.
You definitely won on that one.
Yeah. So technically, I spent less than all of you, but it's okay. What I would have done for the rest of the night is I was planning to pick up a takeout dinner at Middle East Bakery on Clark Street. It's on Clark and Foster.
Oh, my favorite.
Really great. And so normally their plates are sort of more standard, like it's like $14-15, but you can get a wrap, like a chicken shawarma wrap for like $6.99, which is more than enough food for me for dinner. So that was my plan. Mm-hmm. And the way I was planning to close out the night was to take the Red Line to Belmont and go to karaoke at Trader Todd's. I was thinking about what is something that is like entertainment. I don't quite have enough for like a concert. But I want to get a drink and I want to like have some entertainment. Karaoke seemed like a good idea. Trader Todd's, of course, well-known 7-day-a-week karaoke spot. It's got a tiki bar vibe, and they've got a $9 margarita, which is a little pricey. But because I'd spent so little on the conservatory and on lunch and on dinner, I had enough to do a drink and do a song and pay for transportation at the end of the night.
Uber?
So that was kind of what I had.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I would have taken the train.
Yeah, okay.
I would have taken the train.
Okay. You did it right.
Because I was drinking.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
That's responsible.
I try. So I can't tell you. So the total, I can't tell you what I would have spent in total, but I definitely would have come in under $50. For the purposes of points, I've sort of given myself a deduction for not completing the day. But you guys can still tell me how fun you think the whole day would have been taken in its totality. The pretty flowers, the animals, sitting beautifully by the fountain, sketching and eating Indian food.
Wow, she's doing the
thrifting.
final tough sell here.
I was just going to say that. I was like, I feel like me and her definitely did like a final recap, which I really appreciate. Like I was actually
by
giving
the
points
flowers.
for that. Yes,
It was silver birds.
I just want you. I want to paint a picture for the listener. This is it's a visual medium, Carrie. I'm trying to paint a picture for the listeners here.
We see what you did there.
So now it is time to vote. Carrie, from most to least fun between me, Jermaine, and Jacoby, what are your rankings here?
I don't include my own.
You do not include your own.
I don't. Okay. Because mine was the least fun. I'll just say it. I'm going to go most fun with Jermaine's. I love that you took advantage of the museums. You went to a professional sports game and you had a drink at the Chicago Athletic Club Fancy. Then, Jacoby, you had a very similar packed, awesome day, and you made great use of deals. I love that you rock the coupes. And Simone, yours is only last because it is pretty much exact kind of day I would have. So I feel like the vintage shopping, I've spent many hours at that exact brown elephant, which is a fantastic thrift store, but it still sounds like a beautiful, beautiful day. So you're last.
Thanks. That's all right. Jacoby, what are your rankings here?
My rankings, I'm gonna have to go Jermaine, since I'm not including myself. That was a great day. Then I am going to go Simone. Just what the day would have been, right? She's already given herself a penalty. Again, your first purchase was like $7, like a $16 purchase out the gate, like. In third is C. Shep. I love that you brought it back with the frozen margin of tennis. I thought you had us in the first half, as the classic meme will say. And you, second half, picked it up, started popping. And I'm sure the skirt is fire, because I know you be killing.
To be clear, I bought something permanent.
That's the thing.
Ephemeral.
Food is temporary.
She said, look, you actually, you have no token of your day. None of you have anything that you can hold on to that will remind you.
Temporary, but the memories are forever.
Jermaine, what are your rankings here?
Yeah, so my number one is Jacoby, for sure. I mean, like, action-packed day, exploring all parts of the town, the roller skating, the Sox game, like, tens across the board, for sure. Second, I'm going to switch up the tempo a bit and go with Carrie.
Mm-hmm. Hey!
Yes, I love the shopping. I love to go shopping, so, like, that was a plus. Love a good happy hour, especially like on a Sunday,
good
fun
vibes,
day.
Good vibes.
And I also am a tennis player. So that, all three of those things in one, gotta go with it.
We'll play tennis.
I do like to play tennis. I'm just not good.
I've never played. I know nothing about tennis.
Who cares? We can all still play.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But a City Cast tennis day, I'm game for City Cast tennis.
Me too.
So yeah, my third place in would be Simone. I'm not an outdoorsy kind of person, so I had to take
I knew that was going to take somebody. I knew somebody was going to be like, no.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, like grass, bugs, no, I'd rather not.
He said the animal poo, and you saw some flowers. Good for you.
My rankings, I got to put Jacoby in first place. Just the volume of activities, the well thought out transportation. I'm actually putting in second place. I have to go with Carrie. I agree. That was a reason I went thrifting, is I wanted to have an object. And I think that was a really key part of this. I think he found a really great deal.
Thank you.
And the only reason Jermaine is in third place for me is because you're relying on that university connection that not all of us can take advantage of. And I don't like that it's not open.
I'm really good at
me.
following points in my head, and I'm pretty sure that means I won. A couple first and a couple seconds.
Right.
I didn't get a third,
knocked me out the game,
so I
Simone.
know I won. Everybody else got a third, so I know how this works. So thank y'all so very much. I appreciate another City Cast victory, from quiz shows to Pudgy
Best
Days.
podcast from Chicago Reader. Best podcast.
Come on, best podcast. They say that I'm winning, and all of the examples just keep saying it. So I don't know what to do about it, y'all. I don't know what to do.
Final count coming in.
So, as Jacoby says, in first place was Jacoby with 9 points. Didn't get the full 10. In second place was Jermaine with 8 points. In third place was Carrie.
Shout out to Jermaine.
Not bad for your first time on the podcast. Third place was Carrie with 6 points. And I got 3 points.
Aw, Simone, you were sick. That's so fair.
Lead producer Carrie Shepherd, producer Simone Alicea, marketing coordinator Jermaine Thomas. I appreciate y'all being on the mic with me. Your humble host and winner, Jacoby Cochran.
So humble.
Jacoby,
so humble.
Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it.
So humble.
Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby, you have never been a humble winner. Stop it. Jacoby
Before I let you go, like I mentioned before, Mayor Brandon Johnson's first ever budget proposal is out now. You can read more over at chicago.citycast.fm. That's also where you can subscribe to our Hey Chicago newsletter and learn about some of the best fall cookbooks. The CityCast OG and Axios writer Carrie Shepherd will be back with WBEZ's Mariah Woelfel tomorrow on the mic to talk about the city's spending, plus the latest in the upcoming trial on former Alderman Ed Burke. Of course, I gotta leave you with some good news. It's the final week of Latinx Heritage Month, and the Chicago Public Library has events across the city today. Tonight, you can help make a community offering at the Gage Park branch or watch a collection of new short films at the Back of the Yards branch. There are more events this week, including at Humboldt Park, Hegwish, and more. You can check the show notes for the full schedule. As always, we appreciate you for reading and listening. We're back at you in your inbox and feeds tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Peace.
You were supposed to stay north of Fullerton, just saying.
Yeah, you were supposed to say west of Western, weren't you? So I'd also try to argue that the Lincoln Park Conservatory...
Spicy.
I dare you to argue.
Here's that tension they want from us.
I dare you to argue that the Lincoln Park Conservatory
You came up to Ashley.
is not on the north side. Please argue that the Lincoln Park Conservatory is not.
It is, of course, but it's south. It is literally just south of Fullerton.
It is just south of Fullerton. It literally literally Fullerton's right there.
You're right. I squeezed in Wicker Park. You're right.